Lindsay, thanks for joining us. A 12-all draw with Leeds today. A really closely fought game out there at the LNR. How would you reflect on the performance and the result?
I thought it was probably our worst performance to date this year for a number of reasons. I think maybe a lot of the players have got an eye on next week and potentially try to preserve themselves. But like I've just said to them, if you play like that next week, you've got no chance at Wembley. So hopefully this will get a reaction out of them. I don't think they were complacent as such. We'll easily beat Leeds, but I do think maybe complacent in their own ability that actually they just have to turn up and play. And it's evident today they've actually got to give 100%, otherwise the performances just won't come off.
Is it tough going from when you're playing the likes of, not to be disrespectful, Cardiff and Huddersfield, those sides that we've been blown away in recent weeks, and then having that step up against Leeds this week is obviously a factor in.
It's a completely different game, And as much as it was really stop-start today, and it was just a scrappy, poor game. For everybody involved, really, it is different, and the girls come off and say, "Oh, it's so different. Oh, it's harder. It's this, that, and the other." It is, but that's what they do in training. We try and set that intensity in training week in, week out, so it shouldn't be a shock to them. But yeah, maybe the occasion and the number of fans and the wind and all different things, the music affects the concentration and how they play. I don't know, but they've just got to get used to it, and they've got to be able to turn up and play regardless.
Yeah. I guess that shows the levels you've got to reach consistently to be, one of the best sides in the league, and I guess that, fighting for those top positions which we're going for at the moment.
Absolutely, and consistency is definitely the key, and we speak about it a lot. We speak about trusting the process, trusting each other and trusting themselves, and I think today the trust went out the window a little bit. But we'll be better for it. A draw, we were lucky to come away with 1 point there. I thought Leeds had a good game, just disappointing that we didn't execute today.
Still moments at the end where you could have won it, a couple of drop goal attempts and the penalty goal attempts as well, so could have come away with the 2 points on a different day perhaps.
Yeah, we could have done, but I think that had probably given us a sort of false sense of security if we had have won, because they'd have been, jumping up and down in the changing room singing, and that wouldn't have done anybody any good. So that was a really good result for us today, and that will show them that next week they have got to go for it. Otherwise, they're going to be very disappointed.
Just touching on next week, it doesn't get much bigger, does it? Fighting for the place at Wembley against St Helens in that Challenge Cup semi-final in Warrington.
Absolutely, and for Women's Rugby League, this is the biggest game. This is comparable to probably a World Cup semi-final. The prize is the biggest it could be, playing in one of the best stage, if not the best stage in sport. Not many men have played there, and even fewer females. So absolutely eyes on that. And I think the girls know what they've got to do now to get there.